Hello, hey group. Welcome to Action Rock Corner. And today, we're actually talking about action rock. Not those old legacy acts. They'll come back. We love them. We love the legacy, but we love our namesake. Action rock. See the sign on top? See the bands that I put in the screen here? Behind me, in front of me, whatever. Don't recognize them? We're going, that's the point of this, is to show you who they are, what they are, and have you go investigate them. Specifically, today we're talking about A Fistful of Rock and Roll, but this is from the last generation, 20 years ago. This is volume 2 of A Fistful of Rock and Roll with the Super Suckers. Heard the Super Suckers? What about Street Walking Cheetahs? Easy Action. Iron Boss. I love Iron Boss. And the Textiteens. That's on. What about that artwork? You gotta love some Red Fink inspired artwork on the cover. These covers are so cool. They made a book out of it. Thank you, Sal. I'll explain Sal in a second. Oh, can I read this? Okay, these classes are not just cool looking, they're cheaters. The Kansas Strippers start this one. Electric Frankenstein, well, eventually Electric Frankenstein has to get on this. I'll explain in a second. Candy Snatchers. B-Movie Rats. Oh, this is volume 1, of course, they're on that one. Action Swingers. I have Action Swingers. How can I not have Action Swingers? I mashed Seek. Seek is on here. Downside Special. The Bell Race. You heard of those? The Dwarves on this one. The Mooney Suzuki. Mad Daddies. They have the Mad Daddies. Oh, the Mad Daddies are great. About the Go. Meet Me at the Movies. You really need to hear that one. Seriously. Arrow Bitch. I don't have any Arrow Bitch. I'm lame. The Upper Crust. The Upper Crust is on this? The Upper Crust is on here. I forgot to take my Upper Crust to show. One of these days I'll show you some Upper Crust. Just amazing stuff. Trash Brats. Sen Gorilla. Murder City Rex. No, I can't read any of even my cheaters on. I can't read this one, but it's a cool cover. Oh well, whatever. It's 20 years gone now, Sal. And this one. Does that say Penis Fly Trap? Okay, there's going to have to be adults only. The Smugglers. I have some Smugglers. And Sonic Assassins. Volume 4. Okay, I can read these. Murder City Devils. Black Halos. American Heartbreak. Spitfires. Stiletto Boys. That one. You know, just, who's on this one? Lucifer is on this one. Gotta love Lucifer. Dragons. Hellride. This is the last one that I picked to show you. Of course, I got over in the corner there Toilet Boys on this one, and Stitches. So that's from a generation ago. They had 13 volumes of that. There are 40 volumes of A Fistful More of Rock and Roll. And this is for our, well, this generation, not my generation. I'm a little bit older than you. But there are 40 volumes. Sal put out 15 volumes just last fall, 25 through 40. This is keeping you up to date on who's out there playing. So, Sal, I'm reading off my note here. Forgive the side of my head. Canzonari from Electric Frankenstein is the man putting these out for you with help. He's a executive producer of these volumes. And go to Bandcamp, where all the kids are, Bandcamp, to find, Electric Frankenstein 2, but A Fistful More of Rock and Roll. Volume 3, this was put out by Screamin' Crow, if I remember correctly. Screamin' Crow Records. So this is also on Spotify, but just this one, because there's a physical copy of this. Most of A Fistful More of Rock and Roll is available on download, digital, what the kids love. That's not physical so much. I like physical, obviously, but I'm running out of space. So eventually, I'm just going to give you a cover and say, this is great, go find it. Because I have to just go on, YouTube or Spotify or Bandcamp to listen to it and then recommend it to you. But this, 1,000 bands, this is about 1,000 bands that Sal has introduced to us and to me through A Fistful More of Rock, Fistful More of Rock and Roll. So, highly recommended. If you're tired of the same 100 bands, I actually counted because I'm organizing a channel here. So I sat down and went, okay, what are the bands that we all know that can play a stadium, play arena, or at least a nice sized theater when they go tour? With help, because they're all 70 years old now. And I'm not young either, and they're older than me. So we need a new generation to listen to. These folks are our age. They're middle-aged now. So we need that new generation. And of course, the absolutely brand new generation you find on Fistful More of Rock and Roll. There might actually be bands with people under 30 years old. God bless their heart. So, if you're out there and you're just bored crapless, because why are you listening to me right now if you're not bored crapless with the same music that's been out there for 50 years or 60 years? We're getting to that point. Classic rock is getting to classical rock. It's old stuff by people who died. And we love them. We don't want them to die. But time is undefeated, as they say. So we need new rock and roll. And with Sal Canzonari, we learn who the new rock and roll bands are. And of course, I keep looking where I can to find new bands for you and tell you about the legacy bands that put out new material, new collections, old concerts released, whatever it is. I'll tell you about it. But we need the new bands. And you're waiting for me to review them. I may notice I'm doing a lot of legacy. That's my practice. That's me learning how to do this. This is going to be the future of the bulk of what I'm going to be doing eventually. I'm still doing paperwork and homework and computer work. To keep track of all these bands and buying them weekly so that I have a physical copy to show you, like so, and put on the rack. So, if you're that hungry for new rock, Bandcamp is where you go and pursue 40 volumes of A Fistful More of Rock and Roll. And you're asking, what is this stuff? What does it sound like, generally, in these 1,000 bands? Generally, they are hard rock bands with a punk influence merged. They own both in their collections. In the record collections, you find punk and heavy metal and hard rock, and they all come together much like Electric Frankenstein. Yes, Sal, I noticed you have a new EP out. I'll get to it. And Electric Frankenstein is a good example. And of course, you see what's back up here, Iron Boss and Human and Cynics. They even got Eric Moore from the Gods in volume 26 with this Eric Moore and the Legion of the Damned. Excuse me. I'm going to do it right this time. Eric Moore and the Legion, third time's a charm. Eric Moore and the Legion of the Damned. Third time's a charm. So Eric, before he died, put that out. Eric Moore and the Legion of the Damned. I gotta get that one of these years. So, you know the Gods. Whatever. Okay, you don't know the Gods. We'll get to that eventually. But a lot of new music to discover if you go look for it. Don't wait for a radio station or MTV to do it for you. Lord knows 20 years past that. So hopefully go on Bandcamp and look this up. Find these other bands. Take a glance around. They'll clean out the earwax build up there. They'll do a good job for you. So until next time, go out there and have fun. You know. So I'm here, Richard May, your Doctor of Rock. And we'll see you again soon with a review of some good rock and roll for you. Thank you for listening. See you again soon.